Hello everyone, this is Seema Jalgar, your social science teacher, and welcome back to my channel. As promised in the earlier video, we will be talking about the Khiljis and the Tughlaqs in detail. So without further ado, let's get started. The first person we are going to learn today is Jalaluddin Khilji. Jalaluddin Khilji was the founder of the Khilji dynasty in India. Though he was the founder, he was not a very powerful ruler. The most powerful ruler of the Khilji dynasty was Alauddin Khilji, and this was the extent of his empire. Alauddin Khilji was assisted by a very loyal friend called Malik Kafur, who was also the army chief, and they both together had led many conquests in northern parts of India. Alauddin also brought about a lot of revenue reforms in India, like banning wine parties. He thought that wine parties would lead to rebellions against him. He also brought a control in the trade and commerce, and he saw that traders did not cheat on him. He fixed prices like daily commodities like rice, sugar, to clothes and slaves as well. He also fixed the land revenue at 50% of the produce, changing it from 1/6 of the produce. Though it was extremely heavy on the peasants, he did not budge, as he had to have this revenue to feed his military. After the descent of the Khilji dynasty came Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq established the Tughlaq dynasty in India. Though he was the founder of the Tughlaq dynasty, he was not the most powerful or renowned ruler. The most famous ruler of the Tughlaq dynasty was Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Of course, not for the right reasons. Muhammad bin Tughlaq was a great scholar, the most learned sultan of his times. But then the reforms he brought about were not totally successful. The first reform that he brought about was the change of his capital from Delhi to Devgiri in Maharashtra. He thought that because Devgiri was much more centrally located, he could easily administer most of his provinces, and also it would keep him safe from the Mongolian invasion. But then this was not the case. As soon as he reached Devgiri, he had second thoughts about his capital, and he changed it back to Delhi. This did not go very well with the people of his kingdom. Many people had also lost their lives in the process. The second reform that he brought about was the change of the currency from gold and silver coins to bronze and copper coins. But what he was not aware about was that people would start forging the coins. It was such a disastrous reform that people started melting all the utensils and vessels at home and started to make their own coins. This led to a rapid decline in the currency, and then he had to take back the reform. After Muhammad bin Tughlaq came Firoz Shah Tughlaq. He was not a very powerful king, and after his reign came the invasion of Timur or Taimur. Timur was a king who belonged to the Turk and the Mongolian kingdom, as well as he was also a relative of Genghis Khan. He came and plundered most of the North Indian territories. The next two kingdoms that ruled India was the Sayyid dynasty and the Lodi dynasty, which did not last very long. In this video, we have learned about the Khiljis and the Tughlaqs, and we come to the end of this chapter. Stay tuned for more such videos, and until then, take care of yourselves. Ciao.